Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Joy of Puzzles. I have for you today a puzzle titled Game of Thrones, which was published in 2018 by Buffalo Games. Buffalo Games was established in 1986 and they are located in Buffalo, New York. They are a privately held company, but according to their LinkedIn profile, they have less than 200 employees. I don't think they do all their manufacturing in Buffalo, as a lot of their most recent puzzle boxes say that the puzzle themselves were manufactured in China. I have a lot of their older puzzles, and they don't make that indication, so it sounds like they're expanding operations. They're probably growing. Certainly the pandemic era has increased the popularity of these forms of entertainment. So the artist for this puzzle, the Game of Thrones puzzle, is not given. So I guess credit goes to the team at HBO, responsible for all of the marketing and all the graphics we've seen for, I think, the most popular show in the world. Maybe. It could be. Anyways. This is a 1,000-piece puzzle, and it took 6.5 hours to build. The strategy that I employed here, well, I started with the border, as the usual, and this puzzle is a little bit unique. I mean, it's a 1,000-piece puzzle on paper, but in reality, it's two puzzles that are less than 500 pieces and then a smaller puzzle in the middle. Why do I say that? Because, well, it's so distinctly fire and ice, right? One of the themes of the show. You have the red dragon and the blue dragon, and then the hue that they have to the entire half of the puzzle. So it made this really two small puzzles to build. So pick a side. I went with red first. Within the color scheme, I did do the map portion on the lower piece of the puzzle first. It had some distinct dark lines with the red trim, but also the maps have little fine details, rivers and city names and things of that nature. So it made that part of it easy. And then the flame from the red dragon and the ice from the blue dragon, very distinctive, the most vibrant color in it. And then around the dragons themselves, you had such a bright background that those transition pieces, where it's either his wings or the body or the scales, compared to the vibrant red background, made building those creatures the next obvious thing. And then there's also the boundary between the red and the blue, that middle portion which I held off till the end. The blue side, well, mirror the process, right? Pick your most vibrant colors. I went with the map again and the ice jet coming out of the blue dragon. Also very subtly is a watermark, a ring. I use that as a guide, so to speak. With those pieces, I kind of built my, we'll call it north-south boundaries, because they changed in hue as it transitioned around the puzzle. So lots of easy things here. I mean, there's moments when I just pulled the darkest, reddest, darkest, bluest pieces and put those in place because they were so obvious in the box. This was pretty simple. The only hunt and peck method came at the very end with the Iron Throne itself, the swords and daggers, or whatever they are, that the throne is comprised of. There's, it's not as clear-cut as everywhere else in the puzzle. That's not saying much. It was still pretty simple. The orientation of those pieces all basically being one shade. That was the only place that was a little bit of hunt and peck at the end. So this is really two easy puzzles to build in one. Let's review the puzzle, since I've already talked so much about how difficult or how easy it was. I'm going to review this puzzle in 4 different categories on a scale of 1 to 5. The first category is the puzzle material quality itself, the paperboard, and how well the image is bonded to it. Buffalo Games, again, pretty average. Builder, manufacturer, I'm going to give it a 3, right where it should be. It doesn't, at no point does it detract. It felt like it had the normal amount of little bits left in the box afterwards. Less than a Ravensburger puzzle, But yeah, it was pretty consistent. Nothing really stood out as being a problem, so to me that would be a 3, right? I don't feel like, wow, this is the greatest puzzle ever. No, it's a 3. The puzzle cut quality and the piece design, I'm going to give this one a 2. There was plenty of instances where, despite the vibrant colors and such, there were pieces that could fit in the wrong spot. Maybe this is where I have expanded this category to include the design. It's not so much how crisp the cut was, it's the nature of the piece design that so many pieces are so similar in size that, the difference in the tabs, they're just a couple thousandths of an inch, they easily fit in the wrong spot. In a puzzle like this, it's not a major detraction because it's a simple puzzle and the image really guides you, but at the same time, in those couple places where it was almost a single hue, that I struggled with those pieces. I would look at it afterwards from a slightly different angle and realize, oh, that isn't quite right, especially when I tried to build on that piece. So I'm going to give this a 2 for design, puzzle cut design, more so than the quality itself. The third category is difficulty. I've already spoken about this a bit. We're going to give this one a 2. Pretty simple. This is a 1,000-piece puzzle, but it's really not. It's 2 450-piece puzzles and a 100-piece puzzle in the middle. That was, we'll say, the most difficult part, but it really wasn't. Yeah, this is pretty simple. There's so much distinction between the halves of the puzzle, and then within those sections you have so many boundaries of vibrant color to a dark edge. It just made putting this thing together a breeze. I'll definitely loan this out to someone who's a fan of the show but also looking for an easy build. The fourth and most subjective of all the categories, frameability. If this was the type of puzzle, if I was the type of person that built a puzzle only once, would this make the list? Would I seal it, save it forever? And the answer is a no, but I would still give this a 3 in frameability in that respect that it's clearly a poster. Those of you old enough, maybe it still exists, stores like Spencer Gifts where you would go in and they would just have the display of all the different posters you could buy. This would definitely be there, considering the popularity of the TV show. They probably sold tens of thousands of these as posters, so clearly frameable. Clearly people would hang this in their room. A little ironically, the show is not appropriate for young adults, so that audience wouldn't know other than it would be really cool dragon pictures. The age group here would be probably your late teen, college age, and yeah, lots of posters in dormitories. So this is a 3. Overall, not a linear thing. I gave it 2 low scores, arguably, but difficulty doesn't really count against it, so I'm going to give this a 3 overall. I will build this puzzle again. I will certainly loan it out to people who enjoy puzzles and are looking for something straightforward. I mean, I built this in 6.5 hours. I feel like if I sat and just did it, I probably could have shaved a bunch of time off this. Certainly the second go around, the little things that I learned building it would make this go even faster. So overall, this is a 3. It's definitely loanable. If you like puzzles, pick this one up. It's a simple one. What else can I say about the build? Yeah, it was exactly what I expected it to be. I got this one as a gift, and if you like the mythology of the show and the dragons, there's some pretty iconic images in here. Certainly for all the fans out there, I can see building this, and it's probably very popular back in 2018 when the show was at its peak, coming to its end. Alright, that's enough from me. I appreciate everyone out there that takes 10 minutes out of a day to watch one of these videos. If you like it, go ahead, click the like button, maybe even hit the old subscribe button. I appreciate that and look forward to bringing you more puzzle videos in the very near future. Thanks again, everyone. Talk to you next time. Bye.